Today we are taking a look at traditional multiplication lesson 2. This is going to utilize the same pattern as lesson 1, however there is one step that we need to add. Before you continue, make sure that you have watched and understand lesson 1. You can scan this QR code to access lesson 1, or you can search it through my channel as well, Traditional Multiplication Lesson 1. Once we learn this new piece of the traditional multiplication from this lesson 2, we will be able to repeat these steps for any new problems, no matter how large the numbers become. So we're using our patterns from lesson 1 to build upon, adding one new thing, and then we can repeat this pattern no matter how large the numbers become. Make sure you have paper and pencil and you're ready to practice. Good luck. Looking at traditional multiplication lesson 2, the added element that we have is now we are going to have a 2-digit number multiplied by another 2-digit number. So we're going to use the same basic setup and the same basic step-by-step process. We just have one piece that we need to add. So my first step is always write the larger number on top multiplied by the smaller number on the bottom. Again, we are still ensuring that our place values are lined up and written neatly. My first step is exactly the same. I am going to multiply 3 times 2 first, which is 6. I have nothing to carry into the tens place. And then I am going to multiply 3 times 3, which gives me 9. So I'm finished multiplying with my 3 in the bottom. Now I just need to repeat the same process with the 2, except there's one difference. Because this 2 is in the tens place, how much is that 2 actually worth? Think to yourself, what is that 2 actually worth? If you said 20, you are absolutely correct. That 2 is worth 20 because it's in the tens place. So, what we need to do is we want to follow the same steps. I want to do 2 times 2 and 2 times 3. But in order to do that, we need to recognize this 2 for what it's actually worth. So what we do is we put a placeholder down here, and that is now recognizing that 2 as being worth 20. So now I can follow my same exact pattern. 2 times 2, which gives me 4. Nothing to carry to my next place value. And now I can do 2 times 3, which gives me 6. My last step, similar to lattice, is to add up everything that we've accumulated. 6, 9 plus 4 is 13, carry the 1, 6 plus 1 is 7. So my answer is 736. Let's try another one together. Here we have 682 multiplied by 46. I would like you to solve this along with me, and then the next one you're going to try on your own and come back to see how we did. So together we're going to write our larger number on top multiplied by the smaller number on the bottom. Notice that I am lining up my ones, my tens, and I only have one number with hundreds, so there is nothing in line in the bottom. If at any time I'm going too fast, make sure you're just pausing and you're coming back when you're ready. What's our first step? Think to yourself. We need to do 6 times 2. So we are going to be multiplying the 6 and the 2, which gives us 12. I I write the 2 in the ones place, and I carry the 1. Now what do? We do 6 times 8, which gives us 48. However, I cannot forget about the 1 up top. So we have 48, but we need to add 1 for 49. And I can carry the 4. Now, my last step is what? 6 times 6. So we're multiplying our ones place by each place value at the top. 6 times 6 is 36. I need to remember to add my 4 to give me 40. Notice I have nowhere to carry the 4 to, so it drops down. One important step that I always like to do, once you're done multiplying with the 6, cross out the numbers that you carried, because we're done with those and we don't want to confuse them with other carried numbers. So now that we are finished with the 6, I know I have to move to the 4. But what do I have to do first because of the true value of that 4? Think to yourself. We need to we need to put in a placeholder for the 4 to recognize that it's actually worth 40. Now I can do my multiplication of 4. 4 times 2 is 8. I have nothing to carry. Next is 4 times 8, working my way across the number at the top. 4 times 8 is 32, and I carry my 3. Now you can see why I crossed out the 4, because I want to forget that it's there. It's not being used right now. And my last step is to do 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24, and I'm going to add 3 for 27. So you can see that this does involve more work, but overall it's the same pattern. We take our number on the bottom and multiply across the place values at the top. The only difference is that second digit in the tens place, we need to put in that special placeholder. Last step, add them up. 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 8 is 17. 2 plus 1 is 3. 4 plus 7 is 11. And I have my answer of 31,372. Here, I would like you to try solving this problem on your own, pausing the video, and coming back when you're ready to see my work to check yours. I would like you to do 431 times 24. Take some time to set up your problem, solve it, and then come back to watch. If you get stuck along the way, come back to the video and watch to where you're stuck, see how to get past that point, and then continue to solve on your own with the video paused. I'm going to begin solving, so if you haven't paused the video yet, please do so now. 431 times 24. Lining up my place values. So first I'm going to start with multiplying my 4 across the top. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12, carry my 1. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17. Now I'm ready to multiply my 2, which is really a 20. So I need to put in that placeholder to recognize it as a 20. Now I can work my way across the top just like I did with my 4. Before I do so, I'm going to cross out any old placeholders. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. Last step, add it all up. So we should have gotten an answer of 10,344. If yours is off, think about what went wrong. Did you forget your placeholder? That would be a common mistake. Did you make a fact mistake somewhere in your multiplication? That could make your answer slightly off, but it's good because you're still understanding the process. We will continue to practice this more together.